Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hi. Sorry, I was getting my TikTok settings up. Hello, Instagram. What platforms are we on?
Hopefully all of them.
Hopefully all of them. Hello, we are multi-streaming tonight. Welcome, everybody. Hey, TikTok. Do I have some friends who can tell me if you can hear me? Because you should see, I almost want to turn this around so you can see the setup. It's insane. And we have mics. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Hello. Okay, good. Thank you, Sarah. Erin's here. Erin, hi. I saw your text today in Thrive in the Working Moms Mastermind. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's been a hot minute since I've been able to go live. And the reason is because I gave myself a little break. I needed a little break before we ramped up for the school year. And let me tell you, it came fast. Everyone was thinking what I was thinking. This Monday, today, I sat down and I got my curriculum coursework sheets and I started planning out all of the curriculum, doing my own course, my fail-safe homeschool setup. I do my own course every year. And I was going through my kids' curriculum, having moments of overwhelm, going to the internet, researching all of this, seeing, oh, wait a minute, is this one better? Should I go with this? Should I go with that? Just to not even be done after several hours. And then I took a break because I took a break because I wanted a break. And then I went in and checked Thrive Homeschool Community direct messaging. My inbox was flooded today with curriculum questions. And I thought to myself, okay, everyone is thinking like I'm thinking. Scott, we should go live. We should go live tonight. Hello. Oh, Jen's here. That's Purple Switch. If you guys don't know, hey, look, iced coffee, decaf, delish. This is so ASMR. How do you say that with like the glass straw? And Rebecca's here. Hi, Rebecca. Hello, everybody. It's going to be a really fun hangout tonight. Welcome. I'm here to answer any and all of your homeschooling questions, educational questions, any questions about special needs. I am here tonight. If you are a parent watching tonight's live and you are hesitant to put your child back in the system this fall in a few weeks, stop. Just stop, listen, ask any questions you want to ask. No question is dumb. We are here for you. This is the most non-judgy corner of the internet. And yeah, am I pro homeschool? Of course I am. But I'm pro homeschool for very solid reasons. And this is a place where you can come and ask. I see a lot of Thrive homeschool community people in here, probably on IG as well. Hi, Instagram. Hello, TikTok. And you guys can help me answer some questions to help maybe allay some fears, help people with deciding whether or not, do you remember the angst that you had before you started homeschooling? I certainly do. And, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm a curriculum advisor. I wrote this book, Homeschool Rising. And let me tell you, today, I had like 3 moments where I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, got to take my own advice. Start with one kid. Because what did I do? I printed out all of my curriculum, my coursework blueprints. Here they are. This is empty, right? Because this is empty. And I was doing all my kids at the same time. And I'm like, wait a minute. Don't I actually teach to do one child at a time? It's like, Christy, take your own stinking advice. Welcome, everybody. Oh, Kim's here. Kimberly Baker is here. Please come in. Ask your questions. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Am I on Twitter?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I am on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. I am here. Hi. Oh my goodness. I love you ladies so much. It's so cool because I know you. It's so fun. Okay, do we have a question?
We do.
Okay.
On Instagram, treat yourself travel.
Nice.
Hi, what do you think about My Academy for high schoolers?
So it is an online course. I think, you know what I would love for you to do is to go to my bio and take my 5-minute homeschool style finder. So here's the thing about curriculum questions is I have to know a little bit about you before I can make a solid recommendation as to you, your student's profile. Is not that I'm not chickening out. No, I'm not at all. It's just I know enough to know that anyone who's going to tell you, get online and tell you, yeah, get this curriculum, get that curriculum, they are not being, they are being, I would actually say irresponsible, because you have to know a little bit about the person, the family, their dreams, their child's learning profile, what mama loves and dreams about for her kids before I can recommend curriculum. Because here's the thing, there are 9 pedagogies, 9 homeschooling styles, and you lean towards 1 or 2 of them. You do. Everybody does. Even I do. And so that knowing your style will eliminate 80 to 85% of the options on the market. So for example, if you ask me like, how's that academy, online academy, Laurel Springs or something like this, well, the first thing I want to know is, well, are you a traditional style homeschooler? Like, because that's more of a traditional style of learning. So, and if you're not, say you test out Charlotte Mason, I'm going to give you a lot of other recommendations for you. So you guys, if you are here tonight and you have not taken my 5-minute free homeschool style finder, go take it now and then come back and tell me what you came out as, and I can give you some curriculum recommendations. Also, I have a free download of curriculum recommendations. Everything is in my bio. I have lots of great freebies. Yes, sorry, you've been raising your hand. Can you guys hear Scott?
Mandy says, I'm seeing mixed reviews on teaching textbooks. I want online for sure. Suggestions, 3rd and 7th.
Yeah.
Most reviews are paid sponsorship, so it's hard to tell.
Mandy, girl, you are right. Did you see my TikTok where I was like, yeah, those YouTube reviews are paid and all of that? And I want to tell you, Mandy, okay, look at me in the eye. Which platform is she on?
She's on TikTok.
Okay, Mandy. So, for example, my podcast is sponsored by CTC Math. Actually, this live tonight is sponsored by CTC Math. But this is how cool they are, is they do not require me to do anything. They don't, girls got to pay the bills, right? Like everybody knows a podcast has to be sponsored. And I am super picky about who I work with. CTC Math worked for my family, so I went to them and asked if they would work with me. So I feel very, very comfortable giving curriculum advice in a very fair and balanced way. I don't feel any pressure from people. They're sponsoring my podcast. They're not sponsoring me personally, right? So if you want, okay, here's the thing about teaching textbooks. If you were in Thrive, if you were on a Zoom right now, this is what I would tell you. I recommend teaching textbooks for very few learners, and specifically for learners who struggle tremendously with math. Teaching textbooks is easy. Okay, so it's not generally one that I like to recommend right off the bat. However, when I do recommend it, I recommend it. And I'm like, this is what's going to get you to the finish line. So if you want an online platform, you're really looking at CTC, and check it out. They do have a free trial. And are they sponsoring tonight's live? Yes, they are. Do they sponsor my podcast? Yes, they do. I don't know of another online platform that does the teaching and grading for you other than them. So anyway, we use it for our family, and you cannot believe me because they sponsor my podcast, or you can see my heart and that understand how this whole thing works, and that I actually believed in them and went to them. It's up to you. So you can try it out. There's nothing to lose. You can do a free trial and you don't even have to pay them anything. Okay, so any other questions? I'm sure we have a ton. Okay. Hey, if you are considering homeschooling for this fall, you're panicking. You're like, I don't want to put my kid back. What in the world? I almost said a bad word. What in the world do I do? Stay. Will you stay here tonight? I have a 21-page how to homeschool guide, free. It's a free ebook for you in my bio. You guys go to my bio, look at what I have offered to you for free. I have made a vow to my audience and my followers and the mamas who look to me for advice that I will never put out a freebie that's a piece of crap. Now, we have all downloaded those where it's like you're really interested in something and you go and you download their freebie and it's a stupid journaling prompt, like a 1-page journaling prompt. Like, give me a freaking break. No. I could literally charge for my freebies. So my 5-minute homeschool style finder, we worked on for over a year with programmers to make it really accurate and be able to be done within 5 minutes. And by the way, she mentioned that a lot of the online reviews are sponsored. A lot of the style finder quiz are sponsored too. So here's the thing about me is I have no interest in particular curriculum companies. Thrive Homeschool Community, we are I am mentoring you. I'm going to make you a successful homeschooler if I can figure out what you believe, what you need, your dreams for your family. So my style finder is totally accurate, not sponsored by anybody. So, yes. Oh, Sydney's here. Sydney's on Facebook, I think. Hi, Sydney. Okay, yes.
Okay, over on YouTube.
Sip.
Over on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Hell Kitty Ninja. How do you integrate something like Charlotte Mason with a co-op curriculum like CC without it being too overwhelming?
So there are Charlotte Mason curricula options that are built for co-ops, and that's what you would Google. There are a lot of Charlotte Mason co-ops, and I'm sure you've already been to Ambleside Online, which is kind of like the gold standard. There are a lot of really fabulous options out there for Charlotte Mason. Also a great open and go Charlotte Mason one, and you guys know she has taught in Thrive before, is A Gentle Feast, Julie Ross. So check her out. She might have an option that's like licensing for co-ops. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it is really, you can't do a Charlotte Mason and a classical sitch. That just does not work. You kind of have to decide what you're going to be and then find a program that's going to work. But most everything, when I think about a Charlotte Mason curriculum, it's pretty adaptable. Pretty much you can find open and go options that you can do in a small classroom setting. Yeah.
Kate Spates over on IG. I'm a former teacher, so it's hard for me to give something up because I love teaching.
I know. Girl, me too.
What curriculum if I am traditional and classical mixed?
Traditional and classical mixed. Okay, so I would recommend you looking at something like Memoria Press. I'm not going to give you another name. I think if you actually are that nails it, girl. Okay, yes.
Kara, I will be homeschooling my girls thanks to you.
What, Kara? Are you in Thrive? Where is she?
She's on TikTok.
Okay, give Kara hugs. Which Kara are you? I have some Karas in Thrive.
Kara Denton.
Oh.
I don't know if she's in Thrive.
I don't think you're in Thrive. But yay, awesome. I'd love to get to know you guys.
Katrina, what does co-op mean?
It's where we come together as a group to learn. Usually co-ops are once a week. It's where the families come together. They can be big. I mean, you can have a co-op of hundreds of families. You can have a co-op of 5 families, but you come together and you do classroom learning like once a week as a homeschooler. You know, everyone's worried about homeschool socialization. Although I gotta say, I've been getting that question less and less. Like just today, there was this whole conversation I was listening to about furries, and I'm kind of like, I wonder why I haven't been asked about socialization lately. Well, actually, the proof is in the pudding. You guys know this already. If you've bought my book, which my book is Amazon Prime, and I think it's on sale right now, I have a kick butt. The girls who know me know me. Okay, I gotta rein it in a little bit. A kick butt chapter in here on socialization. Like I'm telling you, if you read my chapter on socialization in here, you will homeschool your kids. You will homeschool your kids. So, this is my book. Give me a like if you've bought my book. And if you hey, you know what? I'm feeling it today. Scott's so mad at me. He keeps raising his hand because there's questions. If you have given me an Amazon review for my book, and I don't know about it yet, I want to send you a book plate, like a signed copy. Would you email me tonight and say, hey, I bought your book. I wrote an Amazon review and I totally want a book plate. What a book plate is it's a sign. Look, I have like notes to myself. It's basically a fancy sticker, but it's a nice sticker. It has like the cover of the book on it. And I write you a sweet little note and I sign it so you can put it right in here. So it's basically like having a signed copy. Thank you, Kendra. I know. Every mother-in-law needs to read chapter 7 on socialization. And by the way, one of my favorites is the chapter on deschooling and the history chapter. Okay, yes, poor Scott.
Mandy wants to know, what is Thrive? And
okay.
Amanda says, I'm interested in homeschooling my children, but nervous picking a curriculum.
Okay, Amanda. Okay, let's talk to Amanda. All right, and can someone repeat the steps for Amanda? 1, can we give her big hugs? I just want to acknowledge, and may I never forget, as long as I am in the homeschool biz, I want to never forget how scary it is to take the first step. It is frightening. You are taking the burden of your child's education on your shoulders, and you're probably going to be ridiculed for it and judged for it. There's a lot of cost to it. Your friendship landscape changes, your kids, right? Because it's a little bit of a dividing thing. So I just want to acknowledge that it is scary, that you are brave. And I do want to encourage anyone listening to me tonight, there is no one on the planet more capable of educating your children than you. If you love your child, and if you want the best for your child, I have no doubt in my mind that you are absolutely 100% the best person for this job. Now you're worried like, well, what about AP Calculus? We don't teach AP Calculus, you guys. We source well. That's what homeschooling is. So if you join Thrive Homeschool Community, I can teach you all of this. And we are a place where you can be any type of homeschooler, any of the 9 pedagogies. We do not have a faith statement. We welcome everybody. We have people of all faiths in Thrive Homeschool Community. We all are open to sharing our faith. So you should know I am a Christian, but I run a non-sectarian group. Not a problem, because we are not a secular group. We're non-sectarian, which is welcoming to everybody. So you can say, hey, I'm looking for a secular science curriculum, and then we will all help you, and we'll help you in office hours, and we'll help you in the DMs. And if you say, oh, I'm looking for a faith-based science curriculum, we will do it. Okay. So, did I answer her question? No, I didn't. I did not answer her question.
Which was?
Nervous picking curriculum. Okay, so number 1, download my free How to Homeschool guide. Number 2, take my free homeschool style finder. And then you're going to be so excited about homeschooling. And then just peek at the page for Thrive Homeschool Community. And if you are a former teacher like I was, it's a little bit harder for us. We have to do a lot of deschooling. You can also buy my book. If you are a teacher, I really want you to read chapter 11, which is deschooling. It helps us to just deprogram from what the system teaches us is an education. Do you guys want to have a talk right now, like an honest talk about what is an education? Do we want to get all abstract? Because I kind of do. But I don't want to be self-indulgent because I know there's nervous mamas here. Okay. We got it. Breathe, Christy.
Betsy was talking about, do you talk about homeschooling high school in Thrive?
Yes, we have a dedicated Zoom call once per month for homeschooling high school. We also have a dedicated Zoom per month, a separate Zoom for veteran seasoned homeschoolers. We are a place for people who have been homeschooling 2 decades or people who have been homeschooling 2 minutes. We are a place for you. We have a program in there called the 8-Step Homeschool Success Framework. Sorry, I don't have a coaster. Who's coaster obsessed? And I'm seeing the rings and I'm trying to wipe this here. Okay. So that's okay. We will survive. The 8-Step Homeschool Success Framework, which is 8 modules. And it is basically, Marnie described it as getting a master's degree in homeschooling. It's a very high level. It's where you find your compass and your purpose and your why, because you have to know that. You have to have that center point for you to have the confidence. And then I also have a program in there that everyone's been taking lately because we're starting the school year. I'm taking my own program right now, and it's called the Failsafe Homeschool Setup, which walks you through all the logistics, calendaring your year, calendaring your weeks, your days, how to pick curriculum, methods for doing this. It's not just like, oh yeah, now you're going to pick your curriculum. No, I'm like, here's how to do it so you don't get overwhelmed. Raise your hand if you have been overwhelmed with picking curriculum, scheduling out your year, any of that. It's totally overwhelming. I want to hear if you've been overwhelmed. I also want to hear from you guys on social media here. If you've been through the fail-safe, I don't want people to take my word for it. Will you please explain the transformative experience of going through or being in Thrive, going through the fail-safe, going through the 8-step framework, coming to office hours, DMing me and the mentors, direct messaging us in Thrive, please share while I am listening to Scott and taking a sip.
Okay.
Am I having a hot flash?
Maybe.
You guys, it's getting worse.
There's so many great questions tonight. We're doing our best.
Okay,
here.
stay on. We will try to get to your questions.
Ray
And if this hot, and I'll try to stay if I can manage these hot. Can you turn that, babe?
Okay. Reese Emery, I was on the fence about homeschool and found you. You helped me bravely step into homeschooling.
Oh.
Your TikToks were a huge push in the right direction. She's on IG.
Oh. I want to cry. Are you in Thrive? We're bringing this fan closer, you guys. Are you in Thrive? Don't judge me because of my perimenopause right now.
Vanna Baxter, what do you think about a grandmother homeschooling her grandkids?
Oh my goodness. Grandparents who are homeschooling, it's like Beyonce. Grandparents who homeschool their grandchildren are angels. They are angels on earth. And let me tell you, with the economy, I am seeing more and more and more of it. I've said this in the past. I said it on a podcast recently that I have a dream. We have interest groups in Thrive. So we have a working moms mastermind. We have a really cool book club. We have a homeschooling singleton children. We like to avoid the word only children. Homeschooling, it's called Power of One. They just renamed themselves. They're an awesome group. I have a dream of having another group where I can support homeschooling grandparents. So if you are a homeschooling grandparent and you are listening and you are here tonight, or your mother-in-law helps you homeschool, please encourage them to join Thrive. I would love to have a conversation. If they're the leadership type, they can help me start it up. Usually we need a group of 2 or 3, sometimes more women who are excited about heading up an interest group in Thrive. But I have a heart. Listen, grandparents are giving up their retirement travel years to reclaim the hearts and minds of their grandchildren. Is there anything more precious than that? And I want to support them in any way that I can. Yes.
Amanda, tips for dealing with the judgment from others deciding to homeschool.
Yes, grab my book. My book is called Homeschool Rising. It's cheap right now. I think it's like around $20 on Amazon Prime. Homeschool Rising, Shattering Myths, Finding Courage, and Opting Out of the School System. Here's the thing about my book and the approach that I took is I do not believe in shaming. I do not believe in being mean. Now, am I strong? Yeah. Yeah. And you've seen my social media. And sometimes I put posts up that I regret. But for the most part, when people ask me judgmental questions, I like to respond in kind, because what is going to win someone over? Attacking them back? No. And I'm not saying that you want to do that at all, but it really hurts, because when people start attacking us, what they're actually saying, what's behind the words is, you have no business doing this. You're not capable. That's why it hurts. That's why it hurts our hearts, because they don't believe in us. But they don't believe in us because they don't know. They honestly don't know. So there are 2 camps of people. There are the people that, if they truly, truly want what is best for your family and your children, and you gave them the proper information, like the information in my book, and they would come around, awesome. They're going to end up being your biggest cheerleader. Then there's people in the other camp, and I would actually put them like as the narcissists, where it doesn't matter what you would say. It really doesn't matter. You're not going to change their mind. They're going to have the view that they're going to have. And with those people, you just have to set healthy boundaries. But the thing, a lot of women join Thrive because they feel like they don't have any support. And we are able to give you your dose of, you got this, you can do this. This is the best thing for your child, and this is why. And we give you tangible reasons, actionable items in Thrive. And also we give you the encouragement of a support group. And it's kind of crazy that we've created a community that has the how-to mixed with support group. But you know what? we did it. We figured it out and we did it. And a lot of it is because of the leadership of Marnie and Denise, who are with me on the office hours. We have mentors in Thrive who are in office hours. Yes.
Oh, Sydney over on YouTube. Thrive is the best. Love it so much. Christy is amazing. Thrive is such a blessing for scared first-time homeschooling moms. You'll feel like someone is holding your hand through it all.
Oh my goodness. Can you screenshot that? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Because I know I'll be distracted on the live and I want to soak that in.
Well, how about this
after.
From Kate John. I decided to homeschool our daughter first grade at this time last year and joined Thrive. It was absolutely the best decision I made. I was so clueless at this point last year and Thrive was crucial.
Oh, who's that?
That was Kate John.
Oh my goodness.
Stephanie Vargas.
Did you screenshot that?
I will.
Okay.
Stephanie Vargas, your book is the best homeschooling book ever. Absolutely amazing and eye-opening. I've read almost all homeschooling books, and this knocks them all out of the park. I'm waiting patiently for the next.
Are you kidding me?
Stephanie.
I'm gonna cry with thousands and thousands of people watching.
Rebecca Beams, yes, read her book. It's so good to build your confidence.
Oh, Rebecca.
Jules, you made me fall in love with homeschooling again.
Jules. Oh my goodness, I love all these women.
I told you your book was the best. Just fabulous.
Oh, what platform are these people on?
All over.
Oh my goodness, you're so sweet. Okay.
Okay. Mariah, I told my mom I'm homeschooling my son, and she literally said, "What do we need?" and offered to help.
What? Oh my goodness. Mariah, she did that? Okay, Mariah, email me your mom's name and her address, and I want to write her a note and write her name, your name, and remind me of the story, and I want to personally give her a book plate for my book. Okay, so that she basically has a signed copy. But I want to personalize it. Like, do it now and I will mail it out tomorrow. Okay? Anybody else have? Okay, go ahead.
Sarah, I had quit homeschooling and decided to come back because of you.
Oh, that's amazing.
Kim Baker, I felt very alone in homeschooling before I joined Thrive. It's a great community.
Yes, and Kim Baker is in leadership team of the Working Homeschool Moms Mastermind. If you are a working homeschool mom, you guys, you got to join Thrive. I love that mastermind. And what was nice is I don't lead it, so I'm sitting there in bed, like laying back in the dark, and I learned so much from the mastermind last week. It was awesome. So
over on YouTube, Hell Kitty again. I took your homeschool style quiz,
okay.
And it says classical eclectic unit studies. Thank you for the help.
Yes. Okay, that's all she needed?
That's it.
Okay, great. Awesome. Classical eclectic unit studies. That's fun. That's a good combo. I love it.
Sydney, I took the test and my results are Montessori interest-led unit studies.
Awesome.
They all sound good.
I know. But the thing is what you can do is okay, for history, I'm going to do interest-led. But for this subject, I'm going to do unit study. That's what's beautiful about it. You know, a lot of people think when they first start homeschooling, they have to buy this big box curriculum. And you know what? Often people burn out and quit when they do it that way in the beginning, and they think this is homeschooling, because what they basically did is they just replicated public school at home and burdened mama with tons of work, and all of you are working 7 hours a day. All of you are separated into all different subjects. Homeschooling is so much more than that. You can do family learning together. Tomorrow I'm planning my morning time. I already picked some new things that the kids are going to be very excited about. And this is where we come together and we learn all together, because a lot of learning does not need to be grade leveled. Yes.
Amanda says, can you talk more about Mastermind? You said that's to help working moms with homeschooling?
Yeah. So in Thrive Homeschool Community, once we have a subgroup, so we have interest groups within Thrive. So you join Thrive, and then there's a lot in Thrive, but also what's in Thrive is you can pick interest groups. Right now, our current interest groups are a book club, which is pretty hopping, I will say. We have homeschooling. It's called Power of One. It's if you're homeschooling a singleton child. and we have a Working Moms Mastermind. Now, there are some rules to join the Working Moms Mastermind. You have to be a breadwinner or partial breadwinner and work more than 20 hours a week. Okay, so this isn't really for hobby working homeschool moms. This is like if I lost my job or if I quit my job, like we would lose our house. That and the pressures of that is what this mastermind is for. And it is in Thrive Homeschool Community. You get it as part of everything else in there. Okay. And do we have Working Mom Mastermind? I know Kim was here. She helps lead it. Okay.
Yeah, and Amanda, follow up. I work from home from 6 to 2:30, but would love to homeschool still.
Yeah, you can do it, especially depending on the age of your kids and all of that. Yeah, definitely you guys look at Thrive Homeschool Community.
Tuck says, Tuck225 on TikTok, she's a unit study interest-led traditional looking for writing, has a struggling 6th grader who is reluctant, and she says, oh my gosh, I need to sign up. I'm so maxed homeschooling and working.
Yes. I was going to say, although I would love to be able to advise you on a live tonight, I think you need a little personal touch. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in Thrive tonight and I can welcome you tomorrow morning and we will go through all of it one at a time together. So Thrive is not a consultation. It's not like a 1 hour one-on-one with me. So, but you have access to direct message me and then I help you personally. Like I message back. I set aside time every single day to message people back. Today my inbox was insane.
Jess over on IG, based on the live comments, I have a feeling this book is what I need. Going on our 5th year, and I feel we need to shift how we homeschool.
Yes. Okay. So just today, a woman, and I posted about it on TikTok. She was like, she DM'd me today and she said, I'm 4 years into homeschooling and I wish I had you when I first started. Like, oh my goodness, where have you been? So people assume Thrive is for brand new homeschool moms. And yeah, it makes sure brand new homeschool moms don't mess up. But there's a lot of us, and this was me. This is why I created Thrive. We're like 3, 4, 5 years in. I'm like, this isn't working. Like, I'm not happy. We're all unhappy. We're all bored. We're all stagnant, all of it. So this will refresh your homeschool. We have Zoom. So let me explain the Zoom calls really quick. There are 4 Zoom calls a month live with me and my 2 mentors. I have a certified parenting coach in there that is certified in a very good program. Okay. So not patriarchal, you know what I mean? And we also have, Denise, are you here tonight? I don't want to call you a grandma, but you are actually a grandma, and all of her kids are graduated, and she helps us get at the heart of why we're homeschooling because she sees it that like my kids turned out fine. And so we have 4 office hours per month, and we split you up by the age of your kids and the stage of your homeschooling. So for example, the reason why I separate parents homeschooling high schoolers and parents homeschooling littles, preschool to 2nd grade, is a high school mom does not need to listen to a whole discussion on pencil grip or on phonics. The concerns are a lot different in high school. We're talking about transcripts. Are they college bound? What are we going to do? What's the best SAT prep? The conversations are totally different. So that's why we split it up. And we have 4 office hours live per month. So you can look at my page on, just click, click on Thrive Community, Thrive Homeschool Community, or Thrive Community, and read what it's all about. And office hours are actually this coming Wednesday, so we can meet each other in person, like look at each other's faces. I know you can see me right now, but I can't see you. And we can meet each other this coming Wednesday.
CJ says, we are doing a heavy focus on how to utilize AI this year. Your thoughts?
I love AI. And I think the focus is so I have a great podcast you should listen to. It's with Lisa Naring, where we talk about the 4th industrial revolution. Should I remember the titles of 4th? If you know me, you know me. You guys are probably laughing right now. Like, yeah, Christy doesn't remember the titles of her own podcast. But yeah, the next generation of what's happening in our society. That's a great podcast to listen to if you haven't listened to that one. And AI. So, I mean, in general, my general stance is we need to teach our kids how to use it. And we also need to make sure our kids know how to write. So there's times where you use it and then there's times where you don't use it. Yay! Oh, you caught up on the podcast. Awesome. Awesome. This week, it's going to be me, Marnie, and Denise on the podcast. It's going to be so fun. Right?
I think it's going to be Hannah.
Oh, it's going to be Hannah. Okay. Part 2 of the degree free.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. That's great.
Peyton, I was a preschool teacher for 7 years, and I stopped teaching to finish my degree in elementary ed. I have a 1-year-old, but I want to homeschool.
Homeschool. Do it. Yes. Anybody in here tonight scared to death? You don't want to put your kid back into school this coming fall. I want to know who you are. I want to encourage you. I'm not going to pressure you. I'm not going to talk you into something that you don't want to do. Your heart is tugging at you, and I want to be here to support you and answer any questions that you might have that are scaring you or giving you or hanging up. The podcast is the Christy-Faith Show podcast. Mariah, tell me your heart. Oh, good. Been practicing this summer. Awesome. I love it. I'm glad that you've been practicing this summer. If you guys are not sure, I would highly recommend that you, grab my How to Homeschool guide, that you take my 5-minute free homeschool style finder, and you can grab my book. It was a #1 new release on Amazon, you guys, and grab my book on Amazon Prime. It's called Homeschool Rising by me, Christy-Faith. It's backwards on IG. It's fine on TikTok. So that's my book. Right now, I want to tell you today, with my own kids in my own homeschool, I was taking my own program called the Fail-Safe Homeschool Setup, and I was filling out these for all of my kids. I have all of this. This is part of what you get when I teach you how to, by curriculum, plan out your coursework so that it's not overwhelming. And this is what I was doing today. Phonics reading. What are we going to do? Grammar usage, composition, spelling, literature, handwriting, math, science. What are we going to do for all of those? Have I bought it yet? Do I already have the teacher manual? Do I have an old workbook? What do I have? And I'm not done. I probably won't be done. I have 4 kids. So, and I'm a pretty rigorous homeschooler. So I probably won't be done till Wednesday. And then I can buy everything maybe on Thursday and Friday. So.
Okay, somebody asked about
yes.
Tech Trep Academy, which is it's a online private school, tuition-free public school program.
Okay.
Available in Idaho, Tennessee, Indiana, Wyoming.
Yeah.
Oh, in Colorado through My Tech High.
Oh, through My Tech High. Okay.
So it's My Tech High.
Okay, yeah.
What do you think about it?
What do I think about it? Okay. Do you guys want to know what I think about? Will I answer it?
She says, I'm not big on involving the government, but some friends do love it.
Yeah.
Love it because of the funding. I
know. It's really hard to say no to a free iPad, isn't it? And that's what's happening with My Tech High. I want to share with you, it's highly controversial. Here's what I'm going to share, okay? This might get controversial, but I'm going to tell you my heart with it and where I stand on government funding and ESAs to an extent. Homeschooling has only been legal in the United States since the 1990s. That's not that long ago, and people fought. People were thrown in jail for homeschooling their children, and all they wanted was for the government to leave them alone. And they fought for their constitutional right to educate their children in the privacy of their own home and for the government to stay out of it. So you can understand how hard it is for these people who are still around, who fought and fought and fought to get homeschooling legal in all 50 states. It had to be separate in all 50 states. To get it legal in all 50 states, for them to now see modern homeschooling families inviting the government back into the home. Okay? So as you know, when you take funding, with that comes other things. There's always strings attached. In the next year, I plan to do, I hope I can find the right guest. I'm not going to make a promise that I will do a podcast on this. I have to find the right guests that I feel comfortable with that don't mom shame. Because what can happen in our space is mom shaming regarding both sides. If someone homeschools in a way that the other person disagrees with, there can be some mom shaming. So I have to find the right guests, but I do very much want to do a deep dive in this and to hear both sides. Now, where do I stand on it? I really don't want, hey babe, IG just said low battery. Here's where I stand. Am I still on? Yep. Okay, nice. IG, do you still see me? Okay. Here's where I stand with it. Is I don't really like being told what to do. I don't like the government telling me what to do. So I don't like to be involved with the government. I like to do my own thing. What happens with curriculum companies is that they are changing their curriculum. So I'm talking like faith-based companies have been changing, adapting, and now they are writing curriculum that is completely secular so that they can get after the government money. So as you can see in our space, there's a lot of controversy. And then there's the companies that are faith-based that are holding out and watching everyone else become multimillionaires off of the government money. And they're sitting here saying, we're still a Christian company. Okay. Now, I mean, are there big gazillion-dollar Christian homeschool companies? Yes. And if you're listening, you should sponsor my stinking podcast, by the way. But so that's the whole discussion. It's very nuanced, very abstract, and tricky. And it's tricky. In Thrive Homeschool Community, we do not care how you homeschool. I do not care how you homeschool. I am so happy that you are brave enough to take upon your shoulders to take back the hearts and minds of your kids, to redeem their childhood. I am so happy. I'm going to help you do that in any way possible. Also, we need to have compassion. Because some families, if their child has special needs, they do need government services. So we also have to never forget that there are low-income families that need maybe speech therapy, occupational therapy, and they take government funds to do that. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I hope that gives you enough to just chew on, right? To think about. And to have compassion and empathy and ask curious questions of both sides, rather than just take your stance and draw a line in the sand, because it's very tricky and it's dividing our community. Okay, so if you are on the fence right now on whether or not you want to start homeschooling this fall, please let me know in the comments right now, and tell me your biggest fear. And then those of you who have been homeschooling a while, I want to know what your biggest struggle was last year and see if we can tackle it tonight. Yes. Okay.
Oh, Ash, afraid my kids will fall behind.
Oh, Ash, they're not going to fall behind if you're in Thrive. I make sure you don't. I'm kind of obsessed with you being successful. So, what's her name? Ash, go on the Thrive page and watch the testimonials. If you scroll down, you'll see little cell phones. And watch the testimonials, you guys, for women in Thrive, because I think it will make you feel a lot better. Okay.
Okay. How would you go?
No hard questions tonight?
This is Sequoia.
Okay.
How would you go about homeschooling a 6-year-old while having a demanding baby?
Yeah, girl, you can do it. No problem. I'm joking, right? Yes. So we've all done it. The great thing about homeschooling a 6-year-old is homeschooling's an hour. And it doesn't even need to happen all at the same time. You can homeschool during nap time. So, and people think that schooling takes 7 hours a day. It does not take 7 hours a day. In fact, you will do a better job and cover more in half the time. So I don't want you to fear that at all. You can figure it out based on the time that you can steal away. And it's not good for a 6-year-old to be sitting in one place for an hour anyway. So you need to split it up regardless. Okay. So yeah, be comforted with that.
Sydney, I have a 4-year-old. Could possibly be put into school, but I want to homeschool. It just feels overwhelming.
Oh, yeah. Homeschooling preschool is so fun. It is so fun to homeschool preschool. And we have office hours for littles where it's preschool to second grade, where we talk about all those concerns that you have and how to make it really fun, but not overwhelming. I'm not a crafty homeschooler. I've never been the type that's going to like go to Michael's and spend $300 a week for the next craft of leaves that then gets put in the trash. Like, that's just not my style. So, but I still made it fun. I still made preschool fun for my kiddos.
Oh, Tuck. Okay, I just did it. Just joined Thrive.
Yay! Okay.
For the advice.
Okay, awesome. So I will be DMing you tomorrow. I will be every day. I have this whole routine where I go into Thrive and then I see who's new and I welcome all of you guys. So look into your DMs. You'll have a direct message from me. And it's not automated. It actually is. People think it's automated. So I actually had to start writing like, this is not they thought it was. I'm like, this is not automated. This is really me. And so it will really be me, and then we'll start a conversation back and forth, and I'll get you on the road. So we're talking about Thrive Homeschool Community, which is my community, and ask any questions you have. There's a lot of mamas on this live tonight who are in Thrive. Hello, IG. Hello, YouTube.
Somebody else on TikTok just bought your book and joined Thrive. Thank you for the work you do. So excited.
Oh, I cannot wait to meet you. Awesome. And to know your name and for you to meet Denise and all the ladies. And when you join Thrive, we try to make it not overwhelming. So it's a tremendous value. There's a lot in there. You get your money's worth. And the downside of that is it can feel overwhelming because there's so much value. But we walk you through step by step. Do this first, do this second, do this third. And so you won't be overwhelmed.
Ash says, I was homeschooled and there were some things I really wish I'd learned.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and you can reclaim that. I love that you shared that, Ash. And you know what? I want other mamas in here to hear that because that doesn't have to be our kid's story. One of my mottos is I help you build a homeschool your kid will thank you for later. We don't want doors closed for our kiddos. We're doing this to make a better life for them, to give them a better childhood, to give them a better education, a more tailored education. That's why we're doing that. And that's the heart of Thrive. And you know what? Women who don't really care about homeschooling don't join Thrive. It's definitely the growth mindset girly set of homeschoolers. Sorry, the harp teacher just texted me. Harp homework. We're excited because our harp teacher, are you listening tonight? Grace, are you there? She is so pregnant. She's about to have her baby. We're so excited.
Mama's Corner IG. I just pulled 2 of my triplets
this
past May.
Okay.
They are starting 2nd grade and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Girl, can we just tell her? Yes. So get my How to Homeschool guide. Look at Thrive Homeschool Community because we need to get your year planned. Like yesterday, we need to get your year planned. Okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you haven't bought anything, don't worry. I haven't bought anything for my homeschool year yet. So it's okay. It's not too late.
Oh.
We'll get you on the right track.
Lorraine, how do you balance homeschooling and business/content creations in home life and all the things?
I do it perfectly. Oh man. Yeah. This is what we talk about in the Working Homeschool Moms Mastermind is that there isn't a balance. It doesn't exist. It's a matter of priorities and what needs to be done and realistic and always putting your kids first. It's hard, but I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I just give myself space. And thankfully, people around me support me and they know it. And everyone who works for me is a working homeschool mom as well. And we're like, yeah, the kids are sick. And we're like, totally. right? Like whatever we were going to do is just going to wait. And we want it to wait because our kids are the priority. Okay. So thank you, Rachel.
Over on YouTube.
Yes, YouTube. Hi.
What's the best and respectful response to those who say, but they need to socialize?
I know.
I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old.
Okay.
All boys. I have yet to purchase your book. Can't wait to get it.
Okay.
I also don't want to have my children do homeschool as credited. I want no credited route. Can that be done all the way to high school?
All the freaking way, girl. All the way. Yes, I love it. And you can do accredited too, but all the way. So I want to tell you, chapter 7 in my book talks about socialization in a way no one has done before. Okay, so it's chapter 7 of Homeschool Rising. It demolishes the homeschool argument. Like, if you read chapter 7, it silences everybody. So grab my book, chapter 7, Socialization. Yeah, what did I say?
The homeschool argument.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the socialization argument. So that's what I have to say about that.
And she just joined Thrive, I think.
Okay.
If not using government funding,
yes.
Any other ideas on how to find quality curriculum?
Tons of ideas. Tons of ideas. I don't use any government-funded curriculum. So, yeah, we'll help you through it. And also, you guys, I totally forgot. Even if you join Thrive right now, still grab my curriculum recommendations. It's a freebie, and I go by subject, and I give you what I believe are the most reputable curriculum options on the market based on my experience and my judginess and my snobbery. So grab that guide. It's the curriculum recommendations, and it's free. So grab that. I don't think anything on there is accredited. Maybe some are trying to go that route, but I don't think they are. Yeah. Okay. Everybody is so sweet. Oh my goodness.
Okay, we're getting pretty late here, so.
Oh, we are? How long have we been on?
Almost an hour.
Okay.
So.
All right. Do we have to talk about the other sponsor?
Yeah.
Of tonight's?
Yes.
Okay. Don't leave me. Okay. I want to hear your questions while I am explaining who is sponsoring this podcast. I am here with you for free because someone else paid for my time. So, but also I want to be here, and I would actually be here anyway. I just want you to know. So I want to share with you who we used for science last year that we really loved. And they have they are on my curriculum recommendations, by the way, because I really like them. Again, this is a company I went to and I asked, hey, will you sponsor me? And they were like, yes, we absolutely want to sponsor your lives. And that is Apologia for Science. Apologia is a Charlotte Mason approach to science. It's very hands-on unit study. There's a notebooking journal. I kind of do science interest led. So my girls asked to do astronomy last year. So I went on and I got the astronomy. We had such a blast. It is a phenomenal curriculum. All of this color, look at all of this color to it. It is so fun. I was on a consultation this last week. I recommended Apologia based on the mom's wants and needs. I did not recommend Apologia because they happen to sponsor Alive every once in a while. That's not why I recommended it. I recommended it because I thought it was the right choice for her and it was worth looking at for her. So it has awesome questions. It's completely open and go. Do you guys know what open and go means? It means you don't have the headache of planning. I will only buy open and go curriculum. I hope you know. So it is completely open and go, lots of fun activities and science experiments and all sorts of things. So if you are looking for a solid faith-based science curriculum, please, please, please make sure Apologia is on your list. You will not regret at least looking at it as one of your options for a Charlotte Mason fun, engaging, hands-on way to teach your kids science. So while I was sharing the sponsored spot tonight, did any more questions come in about homeschooling? I still want to know if there's anybody on the fence tonight.
Well, how can I do this as a single mom? It's just me and my 2-year-old.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You know what? I don't know you, so I don't know if you can. I actually don't know. I don't know what kind of job you have, what time you have, what kind of support you have. It really depends. There are a lot of single moms. Did I just make my hair worse? There are a lot of single moms who homeschool, but I will say a lot of them either don't have to work, or if they do have to work, they're not working full time, or if they are working full time, they're having a lot of support and they have flexible jobs. So it really does depend. Not everyone can homeschool. Honestly, I do not believe everyone can homeschool. Sorry. So
some people were asking on TikTok, what does accredited mean? And they want to know, what do you mean it's necessary for college?
Okay. Okay, so what accredited means is that it is basically government approved, like government approved curriculum. And a lot of curriculum companies, so this is the dirty little secret of the homeschooling space, a lot of curriculum companies want to write their curriculum in a way that gets accredited by the government, meaning it follows the core standards and all of that, because they can then get money for homeschoolers who are using their curriculum. Okay, so it's like this triangular way. Homeschoolers can get reimbursed by the government for the curriculum, and the government pays the curriculum company. By the way, not Apologia, because they are faith-based. So that is what accredited means. Government approved. So a lot of us homeschoolers are not interested in that at all, especially when you understand that there are 9 different pedagogies for how to homeschool or how to educate any child. There's classical education, Charlotte Mason education, Waldorf, Montessori, unit study, unschooling. There are 9 homeschooling styles. If you're not sure what your homeschooling style is, I do have a free quiz that's a 5-minute free homeschool style finder. Grab it. It's totally free. IG said low battery again. I don't know if we're going to lose IG. I hope not. So that's what accredited means. So I want to make something very, very clear that everyone needs to know that about homeschooling. You do not need accredited curriculum for high school. You do not need accredited curriculum to get into college. That's actually discriminatory. Think of homeschooling like private schooling, okay? Private religious schooling, for example. You can still get, as long as you fulfill the requirements for a college, you can get into college. As long as you take your biology and your algebra and your whatever, you can get into college. So it's actually discriminatory to discriminate, I'll use the word again, against homeschoolers simply for choosing a different educational path, especially when they fulfill all the requirements for colleges that they want. So that's my answer to that. And I hope I answered it clearly, and let me know if I didn't. And this is the type of stuff we go over in office hours for high schoolers. Like, okay, what does a transcript look like? I have some great speakers coming in this year that get into the nitty gritty of high school, specifically like, all right, this is how you position your student for college readiness and stuff like that. So, okay.
Kayla's in the house.
Kayla, what are you eating tonight? Kayla is always eating on office hours, and I love every second of it. And I always want her food. I always want her food.
Kristen says, thank you. We've been looking for a new science curriculum.
That's awesome.
Mariah, for my 3rd grader, how do I know what he's supposed to know or be taught? Is that based on curriculum?
Okay, so for a 3rd grader, how do you know what they are supposed to be taught? So first thing I want you to do is I want you to take my 5-minute homeschool style finder, because that depends, right? So our traditional school system teaches one style, and that is the traditional style of schooling. And it has state standards that say your kid needs to know XYZ by this grade, okay? So not everyone agrees with that. You need to realize that's extremely subjective. And you need to also ask yourself, okay, so this is the major question. What is an education? Is an education making sure your kid knows the water cycle by the end of third grade and can spell all the words in that particular book, knowing full well that a third grader at a different school down the street is learning how to spell a whole different set of spelling words, right? So like, that's the thing, is it is incredibly subjective, which is why when I asked myself, this is my own journey, because I support it with my entire career. I supported this system. I started to ask myself, what is an education? That's what the premise of this book is. I asked myself the most dangerous question I possibly could ask myself, and that is, what is the purpose of an education? And my answer was, to myself, after a lot of research, and I share my story, is it's the cultivation of a human being, and it's preparing them for the fullness of life and for a full life. I don't believe an education is vocation training. I also don't believe an education is the A on the report card that then they forget all that information by the next September or by the next Monday, honestly, after a test on Friday. We know they forget it. So what's left? What do they remember, right? So when we take a step back and we say, wait a minute, what's going to actually prepare my kid for a bright future where no doors are closed to them? Is it all of these things? Is it all this content? Or is it bigger than that? Is it skills? Is it soft skills, empathy, teamwork, all these beautiful things that aren't taught in school, right? Like, should a high schooler graduate high school and know how to balance a checkbook? Yeah, right? So that's the thing. If you test out, if you take my 5-minute homeschool style finder and you test out as a traditional homeschooler, there are lots of beautiful, awesome traditional homeschooling curricula out there that you can buy, both secular and faith-based. There's also free. So, however, what I will say is that a lot of us are homeschooling because we want something more. We see that the system is not churning out a product that we like. We see problems with kids in their young 20s. We see an epidemic with psychology and kids' mental health is crumbling. And we're like, wait a minute. How can I do this better? How can I redeem this childhood? So for me, now here's what you need to hear. I am an extremely, hold on, this little thing is about to. Here's what you need to Okay, yeah, I'm back. Here's what you need to know about me. I am an extremely rigorous homeschooler. Okay, I have a graduate degree myself. Most of my kids are probably college bound. So don't think that I am saying this thinking that I'm just this relaxed gal baking brownies. I'm not. I don't believe it anymore. I don't believe that the system is actually educating kids in what I believe an education is. Because I believe it's the cultivation of a human being. I believe it's training our kids up in emotional health with skills that are adaptable, so that, because we know now, the studies have come in that our kids will change jobs. I don't know what it is. It was on the podcast like 10 to 15 times. Like, and not just jobs, but they'll change careers. So how do we prepare them for that? Because it's not like our grandparents who had the same job and then retired from that job. So when we realize that our kids need skills more than content facts, it really changes things. And we start to ask ourselves big questions. That was a lot.
Mariah,
that was a lot.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I have a son with special needs, so that just released me of a fear.
Yes. And you know what? A lot of the moms in Thrive have kiddos with special needs. I have read thousands of IEPs. And we can help you in Thrive. Our mentors have kiddos who struggle as well. So, okay. Yes. And Zaza said, and the love of learning. That's the other thing, is our school system trains kids to hate literature, hate learning. It also teaches, I don't need to go into it. I go into it in my book. Yeah.
Kim Baker says, I love all the information you give in these lines.
Oh, Kim, but you're in Thrive. You get it all the time. She's in Thrive. She gets it all the time.
you
Yes.
joined. I'm nervous, but I appreciate your approach, and I feel
Yes.
empowered by your conviction.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll get you there. We'll get you there. I don't just talk this talk and then don't teach you how to do it. I don't do that. I help you every step of the way. So in Thrive Homeschool Community, we have 2 signature programs. One I'm going to talk about right now because this is what you're going to be concerned about right now. And it's called the Fail-Safe Homeschool Setup. It's where I teach you all of the logistics, how to calendar your year, what your days will look like, your weeks will look like, how to pick curriculum, all of that. My other program is the 8-Step Homeschool Success Framework. That's basically, Marnie has described that as getting your master's degree in homeschooling. That message I just shared with you, where what is an education? Let's ask ourselves the big question. That's what the 8-Step Homeschool Success Framework is. So, and we walk you through deconstructing, in a way, what we think, what society is telling us an education is. But we don't just leave it void. We fill it with what an education truly is and empower you with how to then accomplish that, what you really want. Yes.
Carrie over on Facebook. Hi, Christy. What's your best language arts and spelling for a 6-year-old?
Okay, can't answer that. I can't answer that because I at least need to know your homeschooling style first. So I have a free homeschool style finder. There are a lot of spelling curricula out there, all with different approaches. And I would love, and it's not a cop-out. It's not. It's that I'm actually responsible with my advice. I don't want to just, I could say something to you right now, but I really care. Like, I want to actually match you with a good one that will fit your daughter and you with your goals. So, yes.
Handley Times. Not sure if my question got sent in. Can you speak to the fact that a lot of us parents did not get a rich education in public school system?
Yeah.
And we're having to relearn.
Yes, we are having to relearn. We absolutely are, every single day. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And we read this literature to our kids that we were taught to hate, or that we hated because it was an assignment and we had a quiz on Thursday. And we just sit there in this relaxed, beautiful environment with our kids and let them soak it up and stop when there's a hard word and talk about the hard word. We don't need to throw a vocabulary book at our kids. We're reading to them and we're talking about big words and talking about big ideas and critical thinking as we are educating them and reading to them. Yeah.
Rachel, can you incorporate different homeschool styles successfully?
Yes. So that would be an eclectic homeschooler. That's what I am. And yes. What I will say is I generally pick I really like Charlotte Mason living books for history, for example. So I'm definitely a Charlotte Mason girly when it comes to history. I'm absolutely interest-led, which is a totally different style when it comes to science. So I personally am an eclectic homeschooler, but I have found the best way to achieve that is you kind of divvy it up by the subject. That's what I have found for me after all these years. Oh.
Kelly, I'm in Thrive and I love watching your informative lives too.
Really?
Yeah, they love it.
The lives are okay. Well, maybe it's because in office hours we're doing a lot of listening, maybe, and here I'm doing all the talking. Okay. No one's asking me a hardball question tonight to put me in an awkward situation. I like it. No trolls? Bummer. Okay. All right, you guys, check out Thrive Homeschool Community. I have a lot of freebies. I have a How to Homeschool Guide, 5-minute homeschool style finder. I literally give away my curriculum recommendations by subject. Grab those freebies. Hopefully, I will see you in Thrive very, very soon. I love you so, so much. I hope you see my heart in that I just want what's best for you and your kids. And if your heart is tugging you to homeschool, then just know that you have a cheerleader on your side, okay? All right.